Hey there, what's up? Do you want to do YouTube? Have you decided to embark upon the journey of using YouTube as a critical marketing strategy in your business? Well, I agree. You should totally do it. But I have learned over the years that there are some real true rules behind this whole YouTube thing. And there are some specific ones that you should follow and you should implement in order to find success in your business using YouTube. Well, you want to know what they are? Because there's 5. Keep watching, because today I am going to walk you through the 5 rules of business success on YouTube that I have learned from going from 0 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers and watching my business blow up. Let's get to work.
CPTV, you an entrepreneur, I got what you need. CPTV.
All right, we're back. Let's dive into these rules. But before we do, if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome to CPTV. I'm CP, and this is the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their dreams and passions into businesses and those businesses into 6- and 7-figure empires. So if that sounds like you, make sure that you subscribe, that you click that bell, and that you hang around. And don't forget to follow me on IG and Facebook if you don't already. And I really want to talk about these rules, so let's dive right in. All right, rule number 1, determine your goal. That's right. I've seen a lot of folks who just venture into being a creator and creating content, and they don't really have a goal for their business on the back end. They may just want to dabble a little bit in YouTube or get their name out there more, but I want to tell you how critical it is to actually have a business goal in mind. And I don't mean the vanity metrics that usually come along with social media or even with YouTube. Vanity metrics like how many subscribers do you have, or how many views you're getting, or how many shares, or how many clicks, or how many links, or, all of those vanity things. While they are important and they are great to review, I talk about it all the time. I look at mine all the time. They do give you that boost of confidence to help you keep going. But for the most critical goal that you need to have is, how do you want your YouTube marketing strategy to impact success in your business? And I want you to really think about what that goal is. Do you ultimately want to grow your customers? So you want to drive an audience? Do you want to build your email list so that you have an opportunity to sell things to people who are fans, who are subscribers, and who are ultimately following you? Do you want to see an increase in revenue based off of specifically your YouTube marketing campaign? Whatever it is, you have to set that goal so that you know what to measure to really determine if you are having success. For instance, in the very beginning of our YouTube journey, my goal was to build an email list, a real true email list of fans and followers. And in the beginning, YouTube is hard. So our views weren't sky high. We didn't have a ton of subscribers coming in because, again, we started at 0. Had I let those vanity metrics really impact me and influence me, I probably would have quit a long time ago. But I did see traction towards that business goal. I did see our email list growing. I did see additional customers coming in and strategy calls being booked. I did see my coaching calendar book far out where I actually had a waiting list. And then ultimately, when we launched our digital products, our Startup Academy membership program, I saw real true sales. Even before we hit 1,000 subscribers and even before we became monetized on YouTube, I could see the impact of that marketing strategy. And I can tell you, had I not set those business goals and only focused on the vanity metric types of goals, I would have been depleted and unmotivated a long time ago. So I tell you to make sure that you follow and practice rule number 1. What do you want to see happen in your business by using YouTube? Once you have a good grasp on that goal and you start to watch the progress towards that goal, it will be really easy to follow the remaining 4 rules to see that business success using YouTube. Now, let's talk about rule number 2, and that is choose a topic tied to your product or service. And I mean, choose a topic. That is when you get into those things that folks are telling you about niching down. You really do need to choose a topic that your YouTube channel will be known for. And I totally recommend that that topic or that subject matter that you're going to be creating content around be tied to an end product or service that you really want to push out there to the masses. You will start to see sales coming in as it relates to that product or service. And most importantly, you will begin to notice that because your content has a focus, has a niche, and has been chosen specifically designed to drive a particular audience, that audience, your ideal customer and audience, will grow. That's why niching down, choosing a specific topic, and going hard and full-fledged into that topic is a goal that you need to make sure that you are achieving. And it's the number one rule that I would say you need to make sure you're implementing. Don't just go out there and willy-nilly produce content. Make sure that that content is bringing value and it is going hard for a particular audience. The audience that you know will ultimately buy your product or service at the end. So when you are choosing a topic around which to base your channel or to become known for, or for you to ultimately be seen as the expert in, it's really important for you to choose one that's tied to your product or service so that you can feel the success that comes from having all of that amazing video content right here on YouTube. Now let's talk about rule number 3, and that is being consistent and always showing up. Yes, I know you've probably heard it before, especially if you've been thinking for a while about embarking on YouTube. It is so critical that you are consistent on this platform. Actually, all social media platforms. And by consistent, I mean choosing a publishing schedule, whether it's once a week or twice a week or every other week, and making sure that you show up every single time. That means that you have to be consistent in what your content calendar says you're supposed to be doing. You need to create a strategy, have that calendar, and produce the videos. I see so many people who want to use YouTube to grow a name for themselves, grow a business behind that name. And one of the biggest missing pieces why they don't see success is because they hardly ever show up, or they show up sporadically. Showing up inconsistently does a couple of things. Number one, it turns off your audience. It disappoints them. It actually makes them feel like they've been stood up. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You're out on a date, you think you're going to meet someone, and then they never show up.
She's running late, huh? Just a couple of hours.
So those expectations that you have are crushed. That is exactly, my love, how your audience will feel when all of a sudden you just stop. And yes, it's work to plow through to make sure that you're putting something out there, but you have to do it. The second reason why being inconsistent on YouTube will be detrimental and the opposite of success for your business is because the algorithm never gets a sense and an idea of who you are. Yes, YouTube is driven, just like all social media platforms, off of an algorithm. And that algorithm is a computerized AI system that is designed to pick up on cues in what's delivered, how often it's delivered, and how often you show up in order to be able to put it in front of the right faces. And then you get to be seen by as many faces as possible. And ultimately, if you've got good content, they'll click, they'll subscribe, and they'll become fans and ultimately customers. So lack of consistency or not following rule number 3 can be detrimental to your business success on YouTube. So remember, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it consistently. Do not make excuses, make it happen. That's that entrepreneurial tenacity that you have to have, that drive, that vision, and that discipline. I have recorded YouTube videos while I was sick, while I was feeling under the weather, while I was tired, while I was all kinds of things. I think even at one point I had COVID and was recording batch videos because I understand rule number 3. It is critical not to disappoint your audience. It is critical not to disappoint your subscribers. And most importantly, it is critical not to undo any work that you have done by producing even one video. So be consistent, keep it real, invite folks to come into your business, and make sure that you are always showing up with the hard stuff, being the bomb, bringing that value, having that impact, giving your audience something that they crave over and over and over again. It helps develop that trust. and ultimately will lead to exponential business success. Rule number 4, make kick-ass videos. Yes, you heard me. You gotta bring it. You gotta make sure that your videos and your content bring value. And when I say bring value, I mean that even though it's free, your audience needs to walk away being able to implement what you've taught them and see real results. Let me tell you what that does for folks. When I know that I can go out to someone that I see as a mentor, as a guide, and they can give me something for free, and I can implement it into my business and see real results for free, I know that when I actually decide to spend some money with that person, that I'm gonna walk away even happier and even more on point. So you've got to make sure that your videos bring value. I also want to make sure that you recognize in this making kick-ass videos that you have to do your homework. Don't just wing it. In bringing value, you've got to bring real concrete data and tools. And even though my videos are based primarily off of my experiences and I'm sharing my wisdom and what I've learned over the years, I take the time to do my homework, to get updates, to see what's happening in the market, and to make sure that what I'm teaching is really going to be something that the masses can absorb and utilize. So doing your homework is critical to making kick-ass videos. I also want to make sure that you know you gotta have good lighting and good sound. People will not watch your video on YouTube if the lighting is crappy and if the sound is crappy. You know what I'm talking about, right? When something sounds bad, you just have to stop listening. Imagine a horrible singer.
She's your queen to be.
I know, right? You're like, stop. The same thing applies to your videos. No matter what kind of camera you use, it can be a $3,000 camera and it can be your iPhone or your Samsung phone. It doesn't matter. If you've got good lighting and you've got good sound, you are well on your way to making a kick-ass video. And the last tip I would give you in rule number 4 in making kick-ass videos is to keep it simple and use a script. I've seen people try to record videos and they try to wing it. They just try to talk. And while scripting completely things out can make you sound, robotic if you haven't mastered the craft of reading a teleprompter and sounding like you're being real, it's important for you to have your personality, but it's important for those thoughts to be organized and for people to be able to absorb that information in an organized way. If they are not organized and they can't absorb it, they're going to stop watching, and that's going to impact your business success. You aren't just making content and making videos for the hell of it. It's too much work and it's an amazing amount of investment. So don't play with it. In order to make kick-ass videos, I want you to encourage you to make sure you are scripting things out. You know what direction you're going in. You know exactly what you're teaching, and you are using a script or an outline. Now, I am about to get deep with you because I'm going to dive deeper. I've gotten so many questions about making scripts and how I make my scripts and what they utilize and what the templates look like and all that kind of good stuff. So next week, make sure you tune in because I'm actually going to be teaching you how to create the best video script and 3 hacks that I have learned over the years. So you're going to want to make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss it at all. But rule number 4 is what it is. Make kick-ass videos and you will see business success from YouTube go to the sky. And rule number 5 in achieving business success using YouTube is have a call to action. Now, when I say have a call to action, I mean, it's amazing, right? YouTube can allow you to get to 1 million subscribers, and all of those folks will know you. They will begin to love you. They will binge watch you. They become fans. They become subscribers, and a lot of them will become your customers. But it'll be more difficult for them to become your customers if they only know you on YouTube. And that is where the call to action comes in. When I say call to action, I mean using opt-ins and freebies, giving away tools, giving them access to links so that they can ultimately come into your business. It's like an invitation. You want them to follow you on YouTube. You want them to love you on YouTube. But more importantly, for true business success, you want them to love you in real life too. You want them to experience your products and your services that you are encouraging them and teaching teaching them how to use. And the only way that you can get them off of the YouTube platform and into your business is by using a call to action, telling them exactly what you want to do. Click below in order to grab this cheat sheet, or click below in order to subscribe to this webinar, or click below to get my free video lesson on ABC. All of those are really important because at that point, you're going to have them come into your business and you're going to help them. Now, I've already done a complete video on what that whole process and that funnel looks like. I'm going to go ahead and link to it, using YouTube as a marketing strategy, because it is critical in developing that business success. I'm not going to get into it here, but I want you to watch that because I do walk you through exactly what I mean in having a call to action and the impact that can have on your business. My email list has grown by 400% since starting CPTV. And that's awesome because folks who join my CP Insiders list, they get different pieces of content. They get tons more content than what's just here on YouTube, and they become a part of the CP family, not just the CPTV family. So I totally want you to understand that having a presence on YouTube is only half the battle. You've got to also invite them directly into your business. And the only way you can do that is by having a call to action. So make sure that you have that call to action. And speaking of call to actions, I want you to go ahead and click below to join my CP Insiders list. I'm inviting you directly into it. And that CP Insider is a weekly email that I send to you, giving additional content, giving additional tips and tools, free downloadables, just all the stuff that I've got inside my business to help you grow. You see how I did that? That's the call to action. Click the link below in the description and in the comments. Join my CP Insiders list. Be the first in the know about all things that's going on with CP and with my business and how I can help you start and grow the business of your dreams. So you got it? You see? The rules aren't hard, they're just rules. And I want to make sure that you are paying attention and utilizing and incorporating and agreeing to abide by the rules I just mentioned to you in order to really achieve true business success on YouTube. Trust me, it is possible. Not only is it possible, but if you follow these 5 rules, it is inevitable. I am so excited to watch your journey grow. I am so excited to watch your YouTube channel grow. As a matter of fact, if you are still watching, I want to know what your plans for YouTube are. Put that in the comments below. I'd love to give you some feedback, love to give you some insight, and I would love to learn about what you may want to hear more about in using YouTube and incorporating it into your business. So guys, I'm about to head out for Wind Down Friday. Hopefully you guys are about to head out as well because it is definitely happy hour somewhere, okay? And until next time, my loves, I will see you next week where I start diving into video scripts. So you want to make sure you're there. And I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Mwah!